Hello and welcome to this tutorial video about Automaton heavy outposts and the best ways to quickly and efficiently destroy them on Helldive difficulty. First of all, there are four layouts currently for heavy outposts, each with identifying landmarks. This video will show you each of the layouts and their landmarks and the best way to destroy them. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, the first and most common layout is this layout here on the screen. This layout comes with four fabricators that are set up almost in a straight line from one end of the outpost to the other. You can identify the layout by the telltale cluster of fabricators at one end of the facility and the minefield that leads up to them. I usually start on this end where there is a single fabricator outside the walls. All you need to do is take an orbital laser, throw it at this fabricator, and the laser should progress through each of the fabricators in less than 10 seconds and destroy the facility as you have just seen. So let's watch that one again on a different planet. Here we can see the layout from above. I got a good view on this particular planet. There are all four of the fabricators lined up. And what we do is we run down the hill and we throw the orbital laser at the fabricator, and it should follow the same trajectory as before and take out all four fabricators. Now I am doing this on suicide mission in order to get the footage, and sometimes there will be a factory strider or larger enemy within the facility which may divert the laser's attention, but if you throw it in the right place it should take out all four fabricators in one go. Okay, so now we move on to the second layout, which is the second most common as I have found. The telltale signs with this layout are two cannon turrets on one end with two fabricators at their bases and one solo fabricator at the other end of the facility. There is an open expanse on one side of this facility, and the side that, as you can see, I am running on is mostly walled, so you will have cover as you run from one end of the facility to the other. I'll show you in the next part of the video how I don't go the right way and I suffer a severe amount of fire on me while trying to complete this objective. Now when you get to the second end of the facility, you take a Eagle 500 or Eagle Airstrike and you aim just above the wall so that when you throw it in it'll land just on over it and take out both with one stratagem. So let's watch that again. We approach the facility, we identify it with the two cannons on each end, and as you can see from this time I'm doing it on the opposite end. So I've targeted the fabricators and I'm going to take a 500 Eagle and I'm going to throw it just above the wall as I said before. We then wait for that one to explode, or you can just start running as I usually do. Now, I've made a mistake and I'm running down the wrong side of the facility, and as you can see I'm getting shot at significantly by everything within the facility. So this is a good example of why you should run the other direction, otherwise you may end up dying and not being able to complete your objective. And as you can see as well, when you run the wrong way you are further from the fabricator and you have to run along this fence, which you are also exposed, but I did manage to complete the objective and figured this was a good piece of footage as a cautionary tale. The third type of heavy outpost can be identified by the telltale blue and white huts on the location. There will always be two Hulks 2 which can help you in identifying the layout. The best location from which to attack here is next to this fence, which I'm approaching now. It can be a little dicey getting around here, but the scout armor should help you stay in cover. Now in this instance you can see three of the four fabricators within the facility. Now I've decided that the quickest way to deal with this situation is to use a 380 orbital barrage thrown directly at the two fabricators which are side by side. This should hit those three, and there is a fourth which is just to the right of the two that are side by side. Now in this case I managed to destroy all 4 in one go, but if for whatever reason you fail to hit all 4, you can use your spear, as I'm about to demonstrate. Now you can see just as I passed the blue and white houses, so that's a way of identifying it. And once again we're trying to approach the side where the fence is, where you can see the 3 fabricators. Now in this case I decide not to use the orbital barrage, just to demonstrate that you can do this another way. You throw a 500 eagle at the 2 and you take your spear on this one in the exterior. Now I move here to see if I can get a better angle, but I discover that you can't, so I go back and I use this one. Now after you've blown up the fabricator with your spear, you can reload and move round to the left, and you will see the last remaining fabricator in the distance. Now in this case my spear will lock onto an approaching Hulk, which I mentioned before, and you have to move to get better angle, and you fire it off and it's done, and then you vacate the area. Now the fourth and final layout I found to be the rarest. I managed to get a view from the overlooking hill once again, but you can only really see one fabricator. This one has a cannon turret in the middle of the outpost with the fabricator at its base, which is covered by a machine gun turret. Now what I want to do here, as you've just seen, is take out the cannon turret with the spear so that the orbital laser doesn't get distracted by the cannon turret. You then throw the laser on the base of the fabricator, which is visible, and it will follow a path that takes out the remaining 3 within the outpost. The last fabricator, you move to the right and you fire your spear at it, and that is that. So we'll see it again. So we approach the outpost, we get set with our spear and take out the cannon turret. We throw our orbital laser at a visible fabricator. The laser moves into the base, ignoring the destroyed cannon turret, and takes out the fabricator there. Moves on to the left. Now there are some enemies potentially there, and we fire our spear just to the right and take out the last or second last fabricator. And that is that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. Please like and subscribe for more content, and see you later. Bye.